Please subscribe this channel for more video, for more live.
And that's left alone, but it's wide of the off stump. Commentators curse perhaps. We were just praising Azaz for his accuracy. He'll be looking to get out of this over unscathed. As the sun starts beating down on the third tie cricket ground. Not quite in control of that. It was uppish. Aftab Hussain at third man tidies up once again, 7 off the first over. With a right left-hand opening combination, it will. We've seen Kinchit Shah open the bowling on so many occasions. And yes, once again it looks like it's Kinchit Shah to open the bowling. We've already talked about Kinchit's batting in the first innings. Although unable to deliver today, he is one of the most improved players and improved batsmen on the associate cricket scene in the last 18 months. And he's played an increasing role with the ball as well. Already talked about Kinchit's batting in the first innings. Although unable to deliver today, he is one of the most improved players and improved batsmen. He'll be coming around the wicket on the associate to Gyanendra Malla in the last 18 months. Just a little too straight on the legs. Malla unable to put that away though. And he's played an increasing role with the ball as well. Once again, just tries to tuck him up. Mid-wicket. Does the cleaning up. He is one of the most improved players and improved batsmen. He'll be coming around the wicket to Gyanendra Malla in the last 18 months. Now in the first innings, just a little too straight on the legs. Malla unable. He didn't see any obvious visible demons in the pitch. But when the slower bowlers did pitch it once again, just short of a length, it was a little harder for the batsman to get it away. So length will be the key here for Kinchit Shah. Kushal Malla, however, will be looking to go after him. Now in the first innings, let's cut away, straight to cover. He didn't see any obvious visible demons in the pitch. But when the slower bowlers did pitch it once again, just short of a length, it was a little harder for the batsman. Once again, into the cover region, unable to pierce that gap. Will be the key here for Kinchit Shah. Kushal Malla, however, will be looking to go after him. Now in the first innings, let's cut away, straight to cover. So once Kushal Malla does beat the infield, just goes on with the arm there from Kinchit, mixing it up really well. Flatter, quicker. Once again, into the cover region, unable to pierce that gap. Good start here from Kinchit Shah. Just 2 runs off the over so far. And right on target once again. A tight start here for Hong Kong. With the arm there from Kinchit. Nepal just 8 without loss after 2, still looking for their first boundary. Good start here from Kinchit Shah. Just 2 runs off the over so far. And right on target once again. A tight start here for Hong Kong. Nepal just 8 without loss after 2, still looking. Azaz Khan set to continue. He's just got another 2 overs left after this one. A little too straight, perhaps. Aftab Hussain able to clean up there at fine leg. Azaz Khan perhaps very fortunate to get away with that. Yanendra Malla not quite happy with himself, just practice for Hong Kong. Nepal just 8 without loss after 2, still looking. As we mentioned, Azaz Khan with just 2 overs left after this. He's got another 2 overs left after this one. A little too straight, perhaps. Hong Kong going in with a spin-heavy attack. Harun Arshad, of course, can chip in with his medium pacers. Perhaps very fortunate to get away with that. And Nazakat at mid-on chooses not to go for the catch. Just beats him on the half volley. Kushal Malla with his and Nepal's first boundary. As we watch that after this, the replay, just back of the length, swatted away. Nazakat will not be happy with that misfield. Can chip in with his medium pacers. And Nazakat at mid-on chooses not to go for the catch. Just Kushal Malla once again unable to pierce the offside field. His and Nepal's first boundary. Like I said though, Nazakat will not be happy with that. Just back of the length. And could that be the boundary that just gets Kushal Malla going? Nazakat will not be happy with that misfield. Perhaps a slightly below par score from Hong Kong in the first innings. But it is always useful to have runs on the board. Kushal Malla once again unable to pierce the offside field. And this time he does manage to beat cover. It looks like Jamie Atkinson there, who's still able to get a hand on it. And could that be the boundary that just gets Kushal Malla going? Just slows the ball down. Doesn't run to the boundary, but the batsmen do cross over for 2. Perhaps a slightly below par score from Hong Kong in the first innings. But it is always useful. It's a quick outfield here at the T20 cricket ground. Once you do beat the infield, and this time he does manage to beat cover. It is easier to get a boundary. Who's still able to get a hand on it. And that's edged away to Aftab Hussain. Slows the ball down. At third man, just a single. The boundary, but the batsmen do cross over for 2. It's a quick outfield here at the T20 cricket ground. A big shot attempted there from Kushal Malla. Once you do beat the infield. Interesting to see that Hong Kong don't have any slips in at this stage. And that's edged away to Aftab Hussain. At third man, just a single. And Scott McKechnie now up to the stumps. A big shot attempt. Turned away on the leg side for a quick single. Batsmen easily get through to round off the third over. Nepal 17 for none after 3. Scott McKechnie now up to the stumps. A big shot attempt. Turned away on the leg side for a quick single. Batsmen easily get through to round off the third over. Nepal 17 for none after 3. And his Kinship shot to continue from around the wicket. Once again, just keeping things tight. Only conceding 1 run in his first over. Bowling to his field. And that's swung away on the leg side. And that goes all the way. That's Gyanendra Malla's first maximum. Shot to continue from around the wicket. And a much needed one. Once again, just keeping things tight. His score moves on to 11. 1 run in his first over. Nepal after a quiet start. Just getting a move on here. On the leg side. And that's pulled away this time through the hands of mid-wicket. That's Gyanendra Mala's. It'll be interesting to see on the replay if he did indeed put his fingers to it. And yes, that does go down as a drop catch. Disappointing for Hong Kong. Nepal after a quiet start. 10 runs so far off the over, with 3 balls remaining. This time through the hands of mid-wicket. Intelligent cricket there. Just rotating the strike. After 10 runs in the first 3 balls. And yes, that does go down as a drop. So Nepal keeping up with the required run rate here. Disappointing for Hong Kong. Pressure now on Kinchit. 10 runs so far off the over, with 3 balls remaining. That's shorter, a little quicker, and Kushal Malla pierces the offside field. As we said, it's a quick boundary after 10 runs. And this over is going from bad to worse for Kinchit. 15 runs off it now. Still 1 delivery left. Pressure now on Kinchit. 10 runs so far off the over, with 3 balls remaining. Both batsmen looking really good here. Kushal Malla pierces the offside field, as we said. And that's lofted over cover. Kushal Malla showing why all the hype around him is justified. Back-to-back boundaries for him. 19 runs off that over. Nepal now 36 for none after 4. Both batsmen looking really good here. After a quiet start, where they only got 8 runs in the first 2 overs, they've hit back with 28 runs in the last 2. Showing why all the hype around him is just a change of bowling. Harun Arshad into the attack. Runs off that over. Nepal now 36 for none after 4. After a quiet start, where they only got 8 runs in the first 2 overs, they've hit back. Harun Arshad, of course, rose to prominence in the 2018 Hong Kong T20 Blitz, playing for the Galaxy Gladiators. And that's whipped away off his legs. Signature, Gyanendra Malla. Two straight from Harun Arshad. Effortlessly lifted over mid-on. So the boundaries continue to flow for Nepal. And that's whipped away off his legs. Signature, Gyanendra Malla. Two straight from Harun Arshad. Effortlessly. An appeal from Hong Kong, perhaps a little optimistic. So the boundaries continue to flow for Nepal. A wide called from Nepal. Although it looked like it may hit something on the way through there. It didn't look like that, however. The ball just slowing up a little bit before it reached Scott McKechnie. A little optimistic. Once again on the legs. Just worked away to square leg for a single. It didn't look like that, however. The ball just slowing up a little bit before it reached Scott McKechnie. Hong Kong desperately need to drag things back here. Once again on the legs. This opening pair just threatening to take the game away from them. For a single. Watchfully played there from Kushal. look like that, however. The ball just slowing up a little bit before it reached Scott McKechnie. Hong Kong desperately need to drag things back here. Once again on the legs. This opening pair just threatening to take the game away from them. Watchfully played there from Kushal. And he tries to take the aerial route. And he skied that up in the air. Long on makes no mistake. Hong Kong with their first wicket, breaking the all-important opening stand. Kushal Malla looking to be aggressive once again. Unable to make good contact. And Nizakat at long on makes no mistake this time. Long on makes no mistake. Nizakat making amends for an earlier misfield. And could this be the wicket that brings Hong Kong back to life? Once again. Unable to make good contact. Nepal's talisman, Paras Khatka, strides out to the middle. The iconic number 77. This time. Nepal now with their two best batsmen at the crease. Hong Kong will be aware that if they can break this partnership, particularly if they can get Paras out, Hong Kong back to life, things could slow down for Nepal. Nepal's talisman, Paras Khatka, strides out to the middle. The iconic number 77. This time. Nepal now. Nepal, of course, a very top-heavy batting order. Hong Kong will be aware that if they can break this partnership, and for around a decade, their hopes with the bat have rested on the shoulders of former skipper Paras Khatka. Skipper Gyanendra Malla just surveying the field. Nepal, of course, a very top-heavy batting order. Back of a length on target there from Harun Arshad. So a good comeback after conceding a boundary off his first ball. Just 6 runs off the over so far, with 1 ball left. Paras Khatka. Skipper Gyanendra Malla just surveying the field. Back of a length on target there from Harun Arshad. Just worked off his hips after conceding a boundary. Single to round that off. Just 7 runs off the over. Nepal now 43 for 1 after 5. Skipper Gyanendra Malla just surveying the field. Back of a length on target there from Harun Arshad. Just worked off his hips after conceding a boundary. Single to round that off. Just 7 runs off the over. Nepal now 43 for 1 after 5. Skipper Gyanendra Malla just surveying the field. I saw him. Change of bowling. Ehsan Khan into the attack. The ageless, evergreen Ehsan Khan. It will be interesting to see how Nepal play Ehsan, who is arguably Hong Kong's biggest threat with the ball. Ehsan Khan into the attack. The ageless, evergreen Ehsan Khan. And just as we predicted, right on target with his first ball. It will be interesting to see how Nepal play Ehsan, who is arguably Hong Kong's biggest, tries to guide that away, Mala, to no avail. Ehsan Khan starts with a pair of dots. And although criminally underrated, Ehsan Khan is always one of the first names on the team sheet for Hong Kong. And that's worked away, or he tries to. And once again, he just finds the fielder. How often do we see this? Ehsan Khan comes into the attack, and the runs dry up. A stellar record for Hong Kong. Starts with a pair of dots. Although criminally underrated, Ehsan Khan is. And finally, Nepal able to get some runs off his bowling sheet for Hong Kong. Just 2 balls left in the power play. And once again, he just finds the fielder. Pars Katka. How often do we see this? Ehsan Khan getting ready to face his first delivery. And the runs dry up. A stellar record for Hong Kong. Mid-off is in the circle, and we've got a long on the boundary. Finally, Nepal able to get some runs off his bowling sheet for Hong Kong. Just 2 balls left. Just push down there to that fielder at long on, Nezakat Khan. Getting ready to face his first delivery. A very tidy start here from the veteran off spinner. Mid-off is in the circle, and we've got a long on the boundary. Just push down there to that fielder at long on, Nezakat Khan. Getting ready to face his first delivery. Very tidy start here from the veteran off spinner. And he beats the infield to the left of backward point. A good way to end the power play for Nepal. 49 for 1 they are. At this very stage, Hong Kong were 48 for no loss. So neck and neck. Gyanendra Malla moving on to 27 with that boundary. And he beats the infield to the left of backward point. Given his high standards, however, Ehsan will not be happy with the way he closed out that over. 49 for 1 they are. At this very stage, Hong Kong were 48 for no loss. So neck and neck. And it's Harun Arshad to continue with his second over. Gyanendra Malla moving on to 27 with that boundary. He beats the infield to the left of backward point. Given his high standards, however, and that's whipped away. Happy with the way he closed out that over. On the leg side, Kinchit at deep square leg does the tidying up. An easy single. And it's Harun Arshad to continue with his second over. That's 50 up for Nepal. 1 ball into the 7th over. And that's whipped away on the leg side. It's been a well-paced innings so far from Gyanendra Malla. An easy single. Able to keep the scoreboard ticking, not taking too many risks either. Just waiting for the bad ball. And it's exactly the need of the hour for Nepal. 50 up for Nepal. 1 ball into the 7th. Not a very challenging asking rate here. And that's whipped away Aftab Hussain with a chance, but it beats him. Innings so far from Gyanendra Malla. Down to deep fine leg for a boundary. Not taking too many risks either. Gyanendra Malla keeps ticking along. And it's exactly the need of the hour for Nepal. Hong Kong will need to break this partnership. Not a very challenging asking rate here if they want to register their first 2 points of the tournament today. And that's whipped away Aftab Hussain with a chance, but it beats him. Down to deep fine leg for a boundary. Once again, just 2 straight Yanendra Malla, happy just working that away for a single. Hong Kong will need to break this partnership. Very challenging asking rate here if they want to register their first 2 points of the tournament today. And that's whipped away off top Hussein with a chance, but it beats it. Down to deep fine leg for a boundary. Once again, just 2 straight. Keeps ticking along. Yanendra Malla, happy just working that away for a single. Hong Kong will need to break this partnership if they want to register. Harun Ashard, of course, started off as a bowling all-rounder, but recently we've seen him play a more prominent role with the bat. Was very proactive today in his innings, ran very well between the wickets, and he's already made a contribution with the ball. Oh, and he almost deflects that onto the stumps. It will be interesting to see on the replay if that was deliberate. Recently we've seen him play a more prominent role with the bat. It looks like it may have been deliberate indeed. Was very proactive today in his innings. And if that did go on to hit the stumps, and he's already made Hong Kong would have broken this partnership and gotten rid of Yanendra Malla. But it's not to be. Deflects that onto the stumps. It will be interesting to see on the replay if that was deliberate. Recently we've seen him play a more prominent role with the bat. It looks like it may have been deliberate indeed. He was very proactive today in his innings. And if that did go on to hit the stumps, Hong Kong would have broken this partnership and gotten rid of Yanendra Malla. Can Ehsan drag things back here for the men in red and black? A long on and long off in place. Just a single there. Can Ehsan drag things back here for the men in red and black? On target. A long on and long off in place. And that's just a single there. Picked off the hips for a single. Yet another promising start to the over for Ehsan Khan. Just 2 runs off it so far. On target. He would have been disappointed with his last over, conceding a boundary off the last ball, but can he close this out? That's an appeal. It looks like, well, the finger's gone up. And that's just picked off the hips. For a minute there, at least from my vantage point, I thought that was sliding down leg. Yet another promising start to the over for Let's take a look at this on the replay. It's going to be interesting so far. And the big wicket of Paras Khatka too. He would have been disappointed with his last over. Just coming from wide of the crease. Can he close this out? On second thought, that's an appeal. Was probably just clipping leg stump. But an absolutely massive, potentially game-defining moment there. At least from my vantage point, Paras Khatka, that was sliding down leg. He doesn't want to, but he has to walk back. Let's take a look at this on the replay. It's going to be interesting. Nepal now 58 for 2 with 1 ball left in the 8th over. Just coming from wide of the crease, and Dipendra Singh Airi, on second thought, walks out to join his skipper at the crease. Just clipping leg stump. But an absolutely massive moment there for both teams. Paras Khatka, he doesn't want to, but he has to walk back. The required rate now 58 for 2. Now just creeping up to 8 runs and over. And Dipendra Singh Airi, on second thought, walks out to join his skipper at the crease. An absolutely massive moment there for both teams. Paras Katka. He doesn't want to, but he has to walk back. The required rate now just creeping up to 8 runs and over. Just a single, 3 runs, and the all-important wicket of Paras Katka. Ehsan Khan delivers once again. 59 for 2, Nepal. And you'd have to say, with that wicket, it's hard to pick these two sides apart. Just a single, 3 runs, and the all-important wicket of Paras Katka. It's been a tight contest so far at the t20 cricket ground. And a change of bowling. Unless my eyes are deceiving me, that's Aftab Hussain. And you'd have to say, with that wicket, it's hard to pick these two sides apart. Yes, indeed, it is Aftab Hussain. 3 runs, and the all-important wicket of Paras Katka. It's been a tight contest so far. He's put in some key performances for Hong Kong. And a change of bowling in the last 6 to 7 months. Unless my eyes are deceiving me, that's Aftab Hussain. And you'd have to say, with that wicket, it's hard to pick these two sides apart. Yes, indeed, it is Aftab Hussain. It's been a tight contest so far. He's put in some key performances for Hong Kong. And a change of bowling in the last 6 to 7 months. Unless my eyes are deceiving me, that's Aftab Hussain. And you have to say, with that wicket. Not the ideal start there for Aftab Hussain, just dragging it down a little bit. It is Aftab Hussain. The ball just getting stuck in his hands, perhaps. No harm, no foul, however. Just a single there. Unable to find his radar still. Just paddled down to fine leg. If he didn't get any bat on that, it would have been called a wide. So a bit of a scratchy start here from Aftab. Just dragging it down a little bit. The ball just getting stuck in his hands, perhaps. He does. No harm, no foul, however. Oh! A direct hit. And Gyanendra Mullah was probably gone. Find his radar still. Aftab Hussain finally finding his radar. It would have been called a wide. And a leading edge. So a bit of a scratchy start here from Aftab. Just dragging him down a little bit. And that's eased into the offside for another single. Nepal will just be looking to stitch together a partnership here. A direct hit. And Gyanendra Mullah was probably gone. Hong Kong, however, putting on the squeeze since conclusion of the power play. And a leading edge. So a bit of a scratchy start here from Aftab. And once again, just straying onto the legs. Nepal will just be looking to stitch together a partnership here. A direct hit. And Gyanendra Mullah was probably gone. Hong Kong, however, putting on the squeeze since conclusion of the power play. Eased into the covers. Work for the cover fieldsman to do, and the batsmen come back for 2. And once again, just straying onto the legs. That ends Aftab's first over. 7 runs off it. Nepal tick along to 66 for 2. Hong Kong, however, putting on the squeeze since conclusion of the power play. Eased into the covers. So Hong Kong just dragging things back. Just 17 runs have come since the conclusion of the power play in 3 overs. That ends Aftab's first over. 7 runs off it. Nepal tick along to 66 for 2. Hong Kong just dragging things back. And a reverse sweep there, and another drop catch from Hong Kong. They will not be happy with this. A regulation chance, really. And it just goes through the hands. Aftab was saying the guilty party there, as this one's just paddled down to deep square leg. They will not be happy with this. A regulation chance, really. Very disappointing there from Hong Kong. Could have had their third wicket in quick succession. Not to be, however. Fuller from Ehsan Khan, just mixing it up a little bit. Dipendra Singh Irie unable to do much with that, as this one's just paddled down to deep square leg. Yet again, the veteran on target. Very disappointing there from Hong Kong. Could have had their third wicket in quick succession. Not to be, however. Fuller from Ehsan Khan, just mixing it up a little bit. An appeal for caught behind, and yes, it's given. It looks like Irie did get some bat on that. He's not very happy. He's standing his ground. The veteran on target. Very disappointing there from Hong Kong. He walks off reluctantly. Another big wicket for Hong Kong. Another breakthrough. And the pendulum just swinging. There's the men in red and black as we look at this replay. He's standing his ground. It looks like it hit his glove, came off either his hip. Scott McKechnie reluctantly.